are here in support of Breonna Taylor's family, like so many others across not just this nation, but across the world, that are there supporting mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, siblings, children of victims that have been killed at the hands of officers. We are here to lend our support and love for those who have gone under because of an insidious mental illness called racism. Because that's what it is, a mental illness. I don't have children, but I can only imagine what it is that you go through on a daily basis, knowing that your daughter is not with you. And just by the fabric of who it is that you are and your other family members, your other daughter, I can tell the love that permeates. I feel it. And so I can only imagine the missing link that Breonna brought to this family, to this community, to her community of workers, that for her to be on the front lines of this virus.
I want you all to put your fist in the sky, and we're going to repeat it 3 times. Get your fist in the sky, fill them up, raise them high. Get your fist in the sky, fill them up, raise them high. Get your fist in the sky, fill them up, raise them high. And look, and y'all understand, she didn't ask for this. She didn't ask for her daughter to become a martyr. She didn't ask for her daughter to become a hashtag. She didn't ask for her daughter to be executed in her own apartment. But she has, with such dignity and grace, carried the legacy for her daughter, Breonna Taylor. And she
We ain't trying to be quiet. Turn up and make some noise, y'all. Turn your voices up. Say her name. Say her name. Say her name. Say her name. What y'all came here for, to get justice, that's right?
Absolutely.
But we can't do that quietly. What do we want? Justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. All right, that sounds more like it. One more time. Let me hear you all the way in the back.
Yo, Kpaceguy here. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a video that I didn't expect to make, but I think is very much appropriate. So what you saw before, the clips before, was a protest which is just down my street right now going on about a young lady who you may or may have not heard of, Breonna Taylor. She was a black young lady who got shot by a cop in her sleep. Completely defenseless, completely unconscious, just taking a nap, and they killed her. And that person is still at large right now, and it was a policeman. He's still in the law enforcement. So justice for Breonna Taylor. But this is not just about Breonna Taylor. This is just about black lives in general. And so I decided to take a few moments and put this onto my channel because it's very important. So right now the world's going through 2 viruses right now. One of them we all know is coronavirus. The second one is police brutality. And I know one kills more than the other, but I think one affects the world a lot differently, maybe just as much as the other. Something has to be fixed. I decided to use my platform as a voice because a lot of other YouTubers or other people are not, they're kind of afraid to do so, but not me. Being a black YouTuber has its own challenges. You guys have the freedoms in the comment section to say what you like to, and of course YouTube has their own little guidelines. They try to keep it, you know, civil down there, but for the most part you can say what you like to. And I've ran into some comments, not just from people not my skin color, but from people who are, and it's very surprising and sad all at the same time. There's a lot going on right now, and the biggest focus is police versus black people. People are dying out there, and it's most of the time unjustified. There's the big cases, Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and all those names, we see them everywhere, because whether or not they're getting arrested for the right reasons, they're dying for the wrong reasons, and that's something that has to be fixed. Yes, there is a global pandemic. Yes, people have lost or are losing jobs, less money, ad revenue on YouTube is down, whatever. But amidst all of that stuff, there's always been racism. That's always been a problem. It's always been a problem. And a lot of people are taking into their own hands on how to approach the situation, which some people are doing it the correct way and some people are not. But this video is more to ask you guys for your voices. Black people have been screaming about this forever. We have been saying that we aren't equal to the rest of the world forever. We've been saying that. But we're talking and nobody's listening. It's the people that we're fighting against, those are the people that we need to have on our side. Of course, all of my subscribers here, you're here because you like my content, and I'm guessing you like me too. So I'm not necessarily talking at you, but I'm hoping you'll join me on my team onto fighting for equality for just all people in general, specifically Black lives. Your voice is just as important as mine, because I've been using mine for the last 26 years, and it's only gotten worse for us. But it's you guys that we need to stand by us to get past this global pandemic that we call Black Lives Matter. If you're not aware of what's going on in the world, if you're somehow closed in to the world, that you don't know what's been going on, it's been us versus police, us versus racism since the United States was built. And it has not gotten any better for us. Every day that I go to work and I say to these customers, hey, how are you? Can I help you with something? I have to, in the back of my mind, I always have it, do they like me or not? Are we gonna have some type of confrontation? I've had that feeling in my life forever, to walk up to a light-skinned person, a white person, and ask them, hey, how are you doing? And they don't answer me because they don't like the way that I look. It's the worst feeling ever, and I shouldn't have to, or anybody shouldn't have to feel that way, especially with the kind of person that I am. I'm sure there's a lot more people who look like me that are like me. Very nice, wouldn't hurt anything, respectful, talk appropriately, look presentable, whatever. There's a lot of other people like me out there who get mistreated just because they are darker than maybe you are. And we have an ongoing battle that we continue to keep losing. And to be honest with you, we're tired of not being heard. And we won't be heard unless we have your help in fighting against what I call the global pandemic, Black Lives Matter. If you have any children, I'm sure they're aware. They're always on social media. All this news is on social media: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, Google. You can't get on the internet and not see it. And that's a problem. That's a problem, especially if you haven't seen it. Then either you are socially uninvolved, or you're blind to the problem at hand. One of the two, but they're equally wrong. So people, you guys can leave any comments down and below on this video that you want to. I hope that they remain respectful, because most of the comments that I get are really good, so I hope that they remain this way. But of course, you're always entitled to your own opinion. But if you honestly say anything stupid, you probably warrant yourself being blocked, to be honest with you. 92% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribers. So I thought of making this video for you guys because most likely I'm talking to somebody who's never seen me before. I'm talking to somebody new. First off, if you're not a subscriber, push the button right now. But if most people who see this video aren't my subscribers, then there's a lot of new faces, a lot of new people that I can reach. And the majority of my age range on my channel is about 30 to 60. So I'm talking to those people who've been around longer than I have, who know that this is an ongoing problem. I personally don't want to walk out of my house anymore and wonder, if I get pulled over because I was going 7 miles per hour over the speed limit, am I going to come home that day? It's the worst feeling ever. I can name a lot of people who I think I'm a better person than, who aren't my color, but just because of my skin color, I'm already less of a person than, say, somebody next to me who's not my color. So this video is just to ask you guys to raise awareness of the situation. Don't be blind to what's going on out there. Don't forget that there's a lot of things wrong other than just the coronavirus. Right now, everybody is pretty much sheltered at home, stuck at home, can't go anywhere. This is the time that you should be seeing all this right here in front of your face. If you haven't seen any of this before, you see it now. and it has to end. I don't really think that I deserve to be treated less than the person next to me at any point for any reason, unless I have done something that deserves it. So with that being said, we, as in black people, as in African American people, as in Africans, whatever, we all need your help into making a change in this world. We tried to do it with just us, and it's not enough. So we're asking all of our men, all of our women, to either support us if we already are, and if you don't, realize what's wrong. And if for some reason, if you're one of those people who happen to not like the darker skinned people, if you're one of those people who just don't get along with African Americans, if I can't convince you that the color of my skin is the wrong reason to kill somebody, think of it as it's just wrong to kill people in general then. If my skin's not enough of a reason, think of it being your own family member who gets shot for just whatever reason. What would you do if your daughter or your son or your mother went out to the grocery store, got stopped by a cop, and never came home again over some eggs or something, over a speed limit, or maybe because she was just dark? What would you do? What would you want done? What kind of justice would you want for that said family member? Think about that. What if I had children and I came on YouTube and said, yeah, they shot my child? Are you gonna have sympathy for me because you like me as a person, as my skin color, or because it's wrong that my children just got shot, or I lost my kid? Or are you gonna say, oh, it doesn't matter because he's black, blah, blah, blah. Why does that make a difference? So ask yourselves that. And ask yourselves, have you done anything to make a change in the world so far? You may see all this stuff on the news, you may hear about it, you may know everything that I'm talking about, but if you're just watching it and not doing anything, then you might as well just be part of the problem. So leave me a comment down below and let me know what you're going to do. Let me know what you're going to do to make a difference. Let me know if you've been to any protest, if you put anything on social media, if you open your mouth and raise your voice. Let me know that in the comment section down below. And if you haven't done that, do it. Don't tell me that you haven't done it or you plan to. Just go do it. We'll see you in the next video. Kpaceguy out.